I see in the screen. Beautiful. Well, I'm very happy to be today here to practice together and to help you to build your yoga practice. This is my sankalpa, my intention in this life, to help as many people to learn how to practice yoga, and hopefully after to teach others how to practice yoga. So this is very important topic I would like to talk today, and today we will go to the base of the practice. Many times we talk about meditation, we talk about samadhi, enlightenment, chakras, and very high things. But in the yoga practice we need to start building the base. So the first step is to understand what is yoga about. So there are different branches and styles of yoga. The one that me personally and Comunidad of Shanti we follow is Ashtanga Yoga of Patanjali. Do you know what is, Ruby? Ashtanga Yoga of Patanjali? Can you tell me the parts of Ashtanga Yoga of Patanjali, please? Excellent. Okay, so Ruby, she's saying that there is 8 parts in this yoga. This is very important to understand. Many times we go to the yoga studio and we say, okay, I just went to practice yoga and now I come back to my life. So this wrong belief, we need to finish with it. We need to make that yoga and our life becomes one. That is the main purpose of yoga. Yoga means unity. Yoga means connection. So we need to come to this moment where there is no separation from our yoga practice and our daily life. This is the main purpose, not only to go to the yoga studio and to put the leg behind the neck. The purpose of yoga is to incorporate to our life. Yeah? So how to do this? It sounds very easy, but we need certain steps, we need certain guidance, and more in these times that we are kind of lost, the human beings, we need some map, and we have beautiful map that Patanjali gave us in legacy. So to understand who was Patanjali, can someone tell me if it was man or woman? If it was Indian or Chinese, Mexican? Can someone tell me the origins of Patanjali? Miguel?
Un hombre indio. Amén.
Miguel está silenciado, Romina. We cannot hear you, Miguel. Give us a moment.
¿No me escuchas?
Susana?
Sí. Las preguntas es que, ¿de dónde es originario?
We cannot hear you.
¿Qué preguntas? ¿De dónde es
Sube el volumen
Patanjali?
a la computadora. I think we are having some trouble. I cannot hear you. One moment that beautiful Romina is helping me to fix the sound. Disconnect el Spotify. Can someone talk, please, to try?
What you are asking for?
So, give me a moment. I need to fix one thing in the sound. One moment, please.
¿Qué pregunta? ¿De dónde es Patanjali? What is he asking for?
La computadora se escucha por...
¿Apagaste Spotify?
Sí. Fíjate que la configuración de sonido que salga por... Esto, salí. Aquí, configuración de sonido, aquí.
A ver, chicas, probemos otra vez. Creo que ya está. Una disculpa, ¿eh? Listos. We are like 0 degrees, but I'm sweating here with the chimney. So, Susana, tell us the origin of Patanjali.
From India. He's from India.
Okay.
The first steps are yamas and niyamas.
Wait. Before we go to the step, I would like to know who is Patanjali. So,
He's a
he
man
or she?
who recopiles all the yoga information and he organizes them.
Okay. Well, there are different scriptures, and each scripture says different thing about Patanjali. So, first thing to understand, Patanjali was an order. For example, in the Catholics, we have the Franciscan, we have different branches of Catholicism. In India, there is different branch of yogis, yeah? So one of these lineage, they were called, it was coming from generation and generation, from guru to disciple, and hundreds of generations. So imagine the spiritual knowledge has been here from the beginning of the times. And about 6,000 years ago, we got the Vedas. The Vedas were the first written document about the spirituality. After the Vedas, we get Vedanta, we get Tantra. So they say that we need 100 lives and to live 100 years to read all these books. Imagine all the Vedas, all the Tantras, all the Upanishads. We will not have time to finish all these texts. So, which is the gift that Patanjali order give us to make this compilation that Susanna mentioned about it? So Patanjali write a book of 196 sutras or instructions. So Patanjali Yoga is a scientific method, and it tells you how to go from A to B, from B to C, until we reach the last letter of the abecedary, which is Samadhi. Yeah? So this we need to understand that yoga is not something esoteric, but is based in science. Thousands and millions of people, they have tried this method and they reach the same culmination, that is samadhi, that is self-realization, that is love. Yeah? And in order to do that, we need to follow certain steps. So a lot of people, we practice yoga and we ask ourselves, why is it not working? Why I am not more healthy? Why I am not more happy? Very simple, because we are not practicing enough and constant. Yeah? This 8 lymph path requires a lot of commitment, dedication, and constant practice. Not for one day, 1 month, or 1 year. They say that at least for all our lives, at least this life, we need to practice constant. Imagine how lost we are human beings. To find ourselves back, it takes time, it takes practice. So this is the first suggestion I give to everyone that want to practice yoga. That is, if you are not really committed and you don't have the willpower to do it, better don't start. Because yoga is asking us commitment, dedication. So, the question is to dedicate to do what? So here I have a board I don't know if you can read it because maybe it's in the opposite side with the camera.
It's okay.
Yeah? Can you read?
Sí.
So let's go point by point. Remember, Susanna says that we have 8 limbs or 8 steps to become healthier, happier, and finally reach samadhi. So the first step is called yamas. Can someone read which are the 5 yamas? Read for me, please. Susana? You are with the mic mute, Susana. We cannot hear you. Excellent.
Sorry.
Good, good, good.
The yamas are satya, ahimsa, asteya, brahmacharya, y aparigraha.
Perfect. So, these are the first 5 steps that Patanjali is asking us in order to practice yoga. Before we go to the yoga studio, we need to start practicing yamas. And the yamas is how we relate with the external world, how we relate in our daily life with our friends, with our family, in our jobs, in society. Yeah? Before asana, before pranayama, before meditation, before chakras, before reconnecting with the cosmic consciousness, we need to learn to reconnect with each other, to treat each other with respect, with love. And Patanjali is telling us that we have 5 parts of the yamas. The first one, satya. Satya means to be truthful. So every word that we say needs to be based in truth. Yeah? Every action that we do based in truth. So this is the main basic practice of yoga. Sometimes it's very difficult to say truth because maybe we lose something or someone. Yeah? Many times we say, okay, I'm going to lie, and like this person is not going to be angry with me, I'm not going to lose my job, I'm not going to lose my girlfriend. But Patanjali is telling us, above everything, we need to be truthful. Yeah? If we are not truthful, imagine we want to go to meditate at night, but a few hours before, we were cheating our husband, our wife. So do you think that I will be able to close the eyes and to meditate like Buddha? Will be impossible. I will be thinking all the time that I was cheating, that I was lying, that I was doing something incorrect. So to help the mind to be peaceful and to achieve the state of meditation, we need to be completely truthful. Is it clear? This first part of the yamas? Everyone agrees? Good. Second part, very famous, ahimsa. Ahimsa means non-violence or compassion. We need to be compassionate in every action, in every word, in every thought that we have. So a lot of times we are thinking only about ourselves. Yeah? What do I need? But very few times we stop and we ask the other, what do you need? So we need to be very, very careful not to hurt anybody. And hurting is not only hurting the body, but also hurting our emotions, hurting our minds. When we say something negative to somebody, we are hurting that person. Even if we talk by phone and we say some bad words to someone, we will hurt that person. We will hurt their self-esteem. We will hurt their calm and peace of mind. So always we need to ask ourselves when we are going to do something or to say something, is this beneficial for everyone, what I'm going to do, or is it only beneficial for me? Hello, Anna. Welcome. So, is it clear what is ahimsa, non-violence? So, before we do pranayama, meditation, everything, we need to be full of compassion. This is very challenging. And why is challenging? Society teaches us how to take care of ourselves, how to be the best, how to be the most successful, how to be the richest, the smartest. Always competition, doesn't matter if we need to hurt someone on the way. Yoga is telling us exactly the opposite. It's telling us, hey, we are a family and all we go together. All we need to be successful or all together we fail. There is not such a thing like you and me. So when we understand that we are together, that we are connected, there is no way that I hurt you, because if I hurt you, I'm hurting myself. I know in the past, I remember some people that I hurt with my actions, and the person that suffered the most, it was myself, more than the people that I hurt. So when we hurt someone, I'm feeling the pain. So this is the core practice of yoga, ahimsa. And then we have asteya. Can someone tell me what is asteya? Mr. Jason from Miami, please, to see if you remember asteya. Or Susana, please help us. Otherwise, I will ask Romina what is asteya. Some idea? Okay, so I'm going to give you a small clue. In Mexico, we don't do that. We are, most of Mexicans, the opposite of asteya. What we like to do, the Mexicans? Susana?
To be honest, no?
Honesty is, at the end, everything is about honesty, but Patanjali divide in different parts. So we have asteya, that means non-stealing. Yeah? Not to steal, but I'm not talking only about things. Yeah? Most of us, I'm pretty sure that we don't steal any object, we don't steal cars, we don't steal jewelry, we don't steal money. But let me ask you, sometimes maybe we steal the time of the people, or maybe we steal the peace of mind, or maybe we steal the tranquility of the people around us. Imagine with your family, everyone is happy, and you come super angry and start talking nonsense. And then maybe your kids, your husband, your girlfriend, they lose their peace. They were super happy, and after you talk, they feel sad, they feel angry. We steal their energy, we steal their peace of mind. So asteya is everything related of non-stealing. Good. Next one of my favorites, is called brahmacharya. So in brahmacharya, we have two descriptions. So the classical description of brahmacharya, it means celibacy or sexual continence. I think that is a word. Jason, continence? Yeah? Good. So no sexuality. So this they practice a lot in the ashrams and in the monasteries. I was living in ashram for about 8 months, and even you cannot talk men to woman and woman to men. The woman, they live in one place, the men, they live another place. They eat separate, so there is not any contact. Why to do this? The sexual energy also is called Kundalini, it's very powerful energy. So in the Ashram, the classical yoga, ask us to use all this energy for meditation purpose. Yeah? So they say, okay, let's not make love between human beings, let's make love with the divine. Yeah? So this is the classical part of yoga, and we have the tantric part of yoga, tantra yoga. And here is telling us Brahma, it means consciousness. Acharya means the one that sees. So the meaning is to see everything with consciousness, with awareness, being present, and especially to see that everything is Brahma. Brahma means the universe, the life. So is it more or less clear, the two description of brahmacharya? One is sexual abstinence, and the other to be conscious of Brahma, to be conscious of the unity that we are. And finally we have aparigraha. Someone knows? Aparigraha, Susana?
Not desires a lot of things, no?
This sounds very good. So the word that we use is detachment. Detachment. So what does detachment means? Can you help us, Jason? What does detachment means for you? You have your mic mute.
Oh.
Good. Now
okay, there. Do you hear me? I'm not sure, but not being greedy or not being possessive, maybe?
again, can you repeat, please?
Is it to not be greedy or to not be possessive?
This is good description. So,
Something like this.
good, Jason. So to add something to what Jason says, I love one story of Swami Satyananda Saraswati. He was living in the ashram of his guru, Swami Shivananda Saraswati. And Swami Satyananda, he was very sincere yogi practitioner. He wanted to get detached and enlightened very quick. Yeah? So one day Swami Satyananda started putting all his furniture out of the room. He put out even his yoga mat, his pillow, everything. His room was completely empty. So he got to do his service in the ashram, and when he come back, his room was full of furniture with television, coffee machine, sound music. So Swami Satyananda goes very angry with his guru and say, Guru, why did you put all these things in my room? I want to practice detachment. And Swami Shivananda says, hey, detachment doesn't mean not to use or to have things. It means not to grab into it. So many times, for example, I have my iPhone and I like it, yeah? And I use it. I can use for positive things, to share yoga, to send pictures, to have this conversation with you. But imagine that now my phone is broken and I get angry, depressed. It means that I'm attached to this object. Swami Shivananda says, hey, use the telephone, but when the telephone doesn't work anymore, say thank you and goodbye. So we need to apply detachment not only to the things, but especially to our emotions and to the people. I don't know if you have been in any kind of relationship. I had been, and when the relationship is finished, you feel that the world is ending and that you will never be happy again, that your life is destroyed and that there is no future. That is exactly the definition of attachment. So imagine that you are with someone and you fall in love, yeah? And for some reason you need to take different path. We can say, okay, thank you for all the time, for all the love, and I'm going to miss you, but you are free, continue your life. This is detachment. And to be attached is to say, if you leave me, you will never be happy again. You can be happy only with me. If you are not with me, you are gone. So, we can practice attachment with the people, with the objects, and with our emotions. How many times we are attached to some emotion that maybe belongs to our childhood. Most of our traumas belongs to the childhood times, but we want to grab into it because it's what we know. We don't want to live without it. So part of the yoga practice is to detach. Okay, I detach from the objects, I detach from the emotions, I detach from the people. But to be detached doesn't mean that I will not open my heart, that I will connect with someone. We need to try to connect with everyone, but with detachment. Yeah? Is it clear, more or less, the definition of aparigraha? Good. So let's go to the next step. We have here niyamas. Can you read for us, Ruby, please? Can you read for us? You cannot speak. Good. Anna, please. Niyamas.
Well, I need to go very close because I have a small laptop. 1 second. Sancha?
Saucha, second.
Santosma,
Santosha.
yeah, tapas.
Tapas, perfect.
Swadhyam, something like that.
Swadaya.
Swadhya, and if you put it a little bit higher, yeah. And that one is Ishwara.
Ishwara Pranidhana. So good. Let's go one by one. Saucha, very important, is called cleanness or purity. So for the yoga practice, we need to be clean in our physical body. Yeah? It's very important to keep our body clean every day, and not only by taking shower, but also our inner organs. We have in the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, the first yoga practice are called Shatkarmas. The Shatkarmas are the different actions for cleaning the body. So for example, we have a technique where we drink many liters of water with salt. We do a few movements, asanas, and then the body starts vomiting. There we clean all our stomach, all our chest, our throat, our nostrils. So we have more techniques also to go to toilet through the anus. We clean our intestines, we clean our digestive system, and we have different practice. I don't know if you see neti, you put water through one side of the nostril and the water needs to come out. We have another dauti, we put a cloth into the nose and bring it through the mouth. So Susana doesn't want to do that. So Patanjali is telling us, in order to make your mind peaceful, to reach the state of meditation, you need to keep your body pure and clean. So for doing that, pretty obvious, we need to take shower, we need to use shampoo, soap, all this is more than obvious. But what happened with our inner body? Every piece of food that we put in our mouth, it can clean all our body or it can make it dirty. So for example, we know sugar is not the best, all the chemicals. In Mexico we love the tortillas. So in yoga is telling us, okay, maybe we cannot eat perfect, but we need to do certain practice to clean our body. So for example, one recommended practice, to go to the nature, to go to the mountain, then we start breathing pure air. Maybe because our life we need to live in the city. It's okay, we live in the city, but we take time to go outside, to go to nature. Sometimes if we overeat, for example now, for the last days, I'm drinking a lot of juices because I was overeating a little bit of cheese and bread. This is my weakness in Spain, very nice bread and cheese. So when I start overeating, after I do a body cleansing, last days, juices, and I will continue a few more days until my body feels clean. Otherwise, we cannot practice yoga the same, and also in our life, we don't feel the same. So Saucha. Next one is called Santosha. And this is, for me, one of the hardest to practice, because Santosha is telling us, be content and satisfied with whatever life is giving you. Yeah? Very difficult to practice Santosha, one of the most advanced yoga practice, to really embrace and accept what life is giving us. Right now we are living moments and time of challenge, and many of us, we are complaining why the thing is like this, why it's not happening like that, why I lost my business, why I lost my relationship, why I am not taller, why I am not more handsome, why I am not richer. So always we are complaining and complaining and complaining. This is exactly the opposite of Santosha. Santosha, it says, okay, universe, whatever you send me, it's okay for me. Even if you send me some difficult challenge, even if sometimes I feel sad, even if sometimes I feel angry, thank you. Thank you for the sadness, thank you for the anger, thank you for this difficult situation. Yeah? So this is the attitude of a yogi, to be really thankful. And this leads us to one of the favorite of everyone, tapas, but not the Spanish tapas. This is Indian tapas, which is exactly the opposite of Spanish tapas. Indian tapas, it means austerity, yeah? To practice austerity in our lives is very necessary, especially the people of the present time. We need to practice some austerities. So for example, Patanjali is telling us, okay, 1 day per month at least to practice, ¿cómo se dice? Ayuno? Fast, to do fasting 1 time per month. 1 time per month, practice mauna, silence. We are always talking and talking and talking and talking and talking. So how can we listen to ourselves if all the time we are talking? So Patanjali is telling us, okay, practice austerity in talking, practice austerity in meditation, practice austerity in every field in our lives. So we can apply austerity, for example. According to the yoga philosophy, we don't need to work every day the same. There are days for working and days for silence and meditation. There are days to go out with your friends and there are days to go by yourself. There are days to go to eat pizza or popcorns in the cinema, but there are days for doing fasting. And the same Tantra, they talk about it. There are days to make love with our partners, but there are days where you need to be with yourself. Yeah? So this is highly, highly recommended. Especially one of my favorites is to do fasting. Normally we are eating every day the same. Many times even we are not hungry, but we eat. Why? Because it becomes a habit. In yoga we need to break the habit. We need to be aware, we need to be conscious. So the only way to stop this habit is with tapas, with a strong determination. And to say, okay, I'm full, I'm not going to eat today. My tapas is to do fasting, yeah? Or you can choose different kinds of tapas. You can practice also, for example, every day I'm going to practice yoga at 6 or 5 or 4 in the morning for 1 week or for 3 days. You can choose your tapas. Try to find some challenge for yourself, and the challenge needs to be something that you can easy to achieve. You cannot say, okay, I'm going to do fasting for 45 days. This is maybe very advanced for us, but we can say, okay, for 1 night I'm not going to have dinner. Next month, lunch and dinner. Next month, breakfast, lunch and dinner. Yeah? So try to apply some tapas to your life, and this leads us to the next step that is called Swadaya. Susana, Swadaya?
To study, no?
Study what? Marketing,
No,
accounting?
yoga, the philosophy. This, if you are in, if your path are on the yoga style. ¿No? Es que me cuesta hablar inglés.
No, you are doing very well, Susana. Thank you. This is yoga and English class. Yes, you have very bad English teacher. So, Susana tell us that Swadaya is to study. So we have 2 kinds of study: self-study and a study of the scriptures. So any positive scripture related to health and happiness, that is Swadaya. So for example, you can read about meditation, you can read about yoga, you can read about Sufis, you can read about our shamans in America, how to make a temazcal. You can read about Ayurveda. You can read about anatomy of the body. You can read about experiments of how to make the mind more peaceful. So any study that is related to health and happiness, that is Swadaya. So this is the outer Swadaya, but there is also inner Swadaya. So Anna, tell us what does inner Swadaya means?
To learn about your.
Let's let Anna.
Sorry, I had some noise, so I didn't hear Anna. Inner Swadaya, I guess, is inner of your like self-discovery of your inner self, no? Something like that.
Yes, is to study ourselves. So to study ourselves, we need to find out who we are. yeah? Otherwise, it's impossible to study. So, according yoga philosophy, we are made of 5 different bodies or 5 koshas. So we have the physical body, the pranic body, mental body, wisdom body, and divine body. Yeah? So Swadhyaya means that every day I spend time studying how my physical body works. That's why we do asana. Okay, I can twist my spine, I can raise my arms, I can move my neck. And if I move my neck like this, it feels good. I feel healthy, I feel more fit. Yeah? So I spend time understanding the function of my physical body. Also, I need to spend time connecting with my emotions. This is very, very difficult part of yoga for most of the practitioners. We don't like to feel. Always we are here. We are planning things, we are creating new projects, we go out with the friends, we go to the cinema, we go to the nightclub, we go to run, we go to the gym. Always outside. And in yoga is inviting us to also look inside. How do I feel today? This is very important in the morning when we wake up, before checking our WhatsApp, our Facebook. First, let's check our inner Facebook. Which message do I have from myself? And in this way, we can prevent many sickness, many disease, many stress. If we really sit and observe ourselves, much more easy to be healthy. So, we need to study, we say the 5 parts. Also, we need to spend time observing our mind. That's why we sit to meditate. When we sit to meditate, always in the yoga class, they say, okay, observe your thoughts. Yoga Chitta Vritti Niruddha, which means yoga means to control and understand the fluctuations of the mind. So a lot of people, we are not even aware that we are thinking all the time. We wrongly think that it's okay to be thinking all the time. Many people, if they are not thinking, they feel that they are wasting the time. So, Swadhyaya, part of Swadhyaya is to sit every day and just observe how is your mind. Not trying to control the mind, just to observe it, to understand it. So, imagine every day you sit and observe your mind, how is worried about something very small. One day you realize and say, hey, why am I worried about this nonsense? Yeah? But the only way to get there is to take the time to observe the mind, to study, and very important, to be honest with ourselves. Good. And we have the 5th body. This is a little bit more difficult to observe. Very easy to observe our muscles, our joints, our bones. Our emotions also are easy to feel, to perceive, and the mind as well. But we are talking about the spiritual part of me. So can someone tell me how to study and connect with our divine body? Jason, how do you connect with your spiritual part? Mike, unmute the mic, please.
I don't know. Through meditation and observing, like you were saying.
Like what you do, let's observe my divine being, or what do you try to do?
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know, be quiet and notice?
So this word, it sounds a little bit, sometimes to me, it sounds like religious. Let's connect with the divine, with the divinity. So a lot of people, they don't like that word. So what can we do? Which is the most beautiful and awesome part of yourself?
I would say like the love to the universe and the love to every species in the world. That when you have this gratitude and love feeling going outside you.
Exactly. So one synonymous of divinity is love. When we really are able to experience love in our lives, that is the highest stage of yoga. And the good thing is that love is not something outside of ourselves. Many times we are searching for love. Where is my love? In which person? Maybe this new boyfriend, this new girlfriend, or maybe I will find love in a Ferrari. So we are searching for love in the wrong places. Patanjali is telling us, okay, if you want to find that divinity, that love, that compassion, you need to look in yourself. It's the only place we can find it. We cannot find love in any object. Also, nobody is going to give us love. Maybe they can trigger the love that is already within. So how to practice Swadhyaya of our spiritual divine body, to try to reconnect with our heart as much as possible. There are many guided meditations focused on Anahata chakra. Also there are many yoga styles, for example Hridaya yoga. It means the yoga of the heart. Also we can call it the yoga of the spirit or the self or the divinity. Yeah? So any action, any activity that help you to feel love, that is Swadhyaya. And Ruby, she shared in the chat, she wrote to give, to serve the others. And I agree completely with you, Ruby. At least me, the times that I felt more love in my life, it was when I was serving someone. And it looks that I'm serving the other, but when I serve, I can reconnect with the divinity, with the love that I am. So this is about Swadhyaya, and we have the last niyama, Ishvara Pranidhana. Someone remembers? Ishvara Pranidhana. So, Ishvara Pranidhana means surrender to the cosmic will, surrender to life, surrender to universe. So here it comes very interesting question. Surrender means that then I don't do anything and I wait in my couch sleeping and that God send me everything. Yeah? Can someone tell me your definition of surrender, please? Anna, surrender to the cosmic will, what does it means for you?
I would say like remove all of inner resistance to whatever comes.
Exactly, very nice. And in case you cannot move the resistance, what do you do? So there are different stages in Ishvara Pranidhana. The last one is to remove all resistance and I embrace life as it is. But before that, imagine I cannot do that, then what do I do?
To accept them?
To accept that you cannot. And one small step missing, so you accept, okay, I cannot surrender completely. What is missing? So we say, universe, you know.
Compassion to yourself because you cannot surrender or something like that.
This is perfect. There, in every step of yoga, we need to be very compassionate with ourselves because we cannot achieve that. So, for example, Patanjali is asking us to surrender completely to the cosmic will, and whatever it happens, thank you. But not always is that easy. Sometimes you realize and you say, hey, universe, I cannot surrender. This is too much for me. But please help me to surrender. Yeah? We need to realize that there is something superior than us. We think that with our ego and with our willpower, we can do everything. And of course, we can make many things and we can make many dreams come true. But at the end, we need the green light of the universe saying yes. I don't know if it happens to you that we work to go to certain direction, but sometimes the life says no, it's not here. And we try and try and try, and it's not happening. Then we say, okay, universe, I did my best, I cannot surrender, still I'm sad, still I'm angry, still I have some traumas, please help me. Yeah? We need to be humble and to say, I need help. And many times we can ask help to friends, we can ask help to yoga teachers, we can ask help to gurus, to psychologists, to life coaches. So it's very difficult for our society to say, hey, I need your help. So between people we can help each other. But the best help, we get it from the universe. So Iswara Pranidhana, it means, okay, I will try to surrender as much as I can. And when I cannot, please help me. Yeah? So we need to offer ourselves, we need to offer our ego and say, I need your help to be happy. I need your help to be free. I need your help to reach samadhi. I need your help to act in an honest way. Sometimes it's very hard only for ourselves. We need the support of the whole universe. So this is Iswara Pranidhana. And third step of yoga, the most famous, the favorite. So we have Yama, Niyama, third step. Asana. Susana say correctly, asana. Asana, we have the classical description, and it says that the asana is any position that is steady and comfortable. Stiram Sukham Asana. Our position needs to be steady and comfortable. So imagine that I stay here in my asana for 30 minutes. I will be shaking. Yeah? According to Patanjali, this is not asana. Asana, you need to be steady and relax. Any position that you can hold for longer period of time. Remember, in the old time, asana, it was only as preparation for meditation. The people in the past, they were very healthy, very fit. They were working on the fields, they were hunting, they were walking to get water kilometers and kilometers. So in the past, they didn't need to do so many asanas. But slowly, the people of the present era, we are a lot of time in the office, we are driving, we don't do any exercise. That's why we need to do more asana. And these new styles, for example, Bikram Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, Vinyasa Yoga, Power Yoga, All this is very necessary for the people of the present era. We need to do some exercise to keep our body as healthy as possible. So imagine you want to meditate to be relaxed, but you have pain in your back, in your knees, in your neck, in your head, in your stomach. So you cannot focus in your spiritual being. All the time you will be aware of the body pain. That's why we need to work to make our body as healthy as possible. And at the same time, remember to practice detachment. I know a lot of people that they are super healthy and they are sick. They eat healthy, they do yoga, they meditate, they have very nice job, and they are sick. So health is not only in our hands. Some part, yes, but remember Ishwara Pranidhana. There is something superior than us. That's why we need to do our best. And after, is not anymore our responsibility. We need to eat healthy, we need to do exercise, we need to sleep our hours. So, this takes us to the next step. So we have Yama, Niyama, Asana, and Pranayama. So prana means all the energy that holds the universe together. Maybe we cannot see it with our eyes. If they open our body, imagine a doctor open our body, they will not find the prana. Prana is energy. This energy comes from different sources. So for example, we have the sun, we have the moon, we have the trees, we have the air, the water, the food that we eat. Also, as human beings, we exchange prana. I don't know if it happens to you sometimes. You go to talk with one person and you feel very relaxed, very calm, very peaceful. But then you go to talk with another person and you feel stressed, worry, angry. This is because the exchange of energy. So the science of pranayama is very, very beautiful, but also very wide. There are so many branches that you can work with the pranayama. So for example, we have yogis that they work with the breathing exercises and techniques. We have another type of yogis that they connect prana by looking at the sun. We have other type of yogis that connect with the moon. Other type of yogis, for example, some they are called the pranic living. They don't eat any food. They just live from prana. Yeah? So, as human beings, we have the capacity to recollect and to bring prana to our system, to our body, to our minds. But we forget how to do it, and also we are blocked. So, can someone tell me how do we receive the energy from the universe? So one, by breathing, we breathe and get some prana, we get some oxygen to all our cells, our atoms. More ways. With meditation, by making the mind peaceful, relax, we generate and we bring more prana to ourselves. So we have something that is called nadis, energetic channels. So the most famous are the chakras. We have 7 chakras. This is centers of energy, but we have many in our body. We have in the finger, we have in the palm, we have in the shoulders, in the head. So imagine that is like electricity cable connecting us with all the sources, yeah? So that's why here we have the lotus flower, 1,000 lotus petal. These 1,000 represent 1,000 connections. So we are connected to the sun, we are connected to the earth, we are connected to the stars, we are connected to the animals, we are connected to the human beings. So through these nadis, the energy flows from the universe to us. And then we have the responsibility to give it back. So that energy, the prana, do not belong to any of us. It's something that we take and we share. We take and we share. So, one of the main reasons for prana not flowing is that our body is sick. Also, that we have a lot of traumas and emotions from the past. Emotions are energy. So imagine that I want to receive energy from the universe, but I'm full of energy of my childhood, of my years when I was teenager, energy from my last 5 girlfriends. So how can I receive new and fresh energy if I'm full? The Buddhists, they say that first I need to empty my cup to receive fresh water. It's exactly the same that Patanjali is telling us. We need to empty ourselves. We need to put all that old prana out and to receive new. Yesterday I went to walk and there were some stagnated water, and I was thinking, the water is the most pure and beautiful element. But if it stays stagnated, becomes green and ugly. Same happens to us and our lives. If we are stagnant in the same place, we start getting sick, depressed, ugly. Yeah? So that's why we need to be in continued movement. We take prana and we share that prana. We take and we give. So remember, this is only a short introduction on the 8 limbs of yoga. Every limb, we could be talking here for at least 1 month, every step, but it's nice to get a general idea to understand what does practicing yoga means. Remember, Yoga Fridays is to help you to build your yoga practice. And of course, we want to help you to practice asana, but our main interest is to incorporate all this knowledge and to apply into our lives. Yeah? So, after pranayama, very beautiful practice that is called pratyahara. Pratyahara. Here, step 5, pratyahara. Excellent. So, pratyahara means to withdraw the senses. All the human beings, we have senses, yeah? We can hear, we can taste, we can see, we can feel, we can smell. So always our senses are perceiving the outer universe. Always we are looking at people, we are looking at the television, we are looking at our computer, we are tasting the food, always outside. But Patanjali is telling us that we can bring our senses within. So for doing that, there are many guided meditations. So for example, when you go to a yoga class and they say, okay, try to listen to your breath coming in and out, or listen your heart beating. Also, to listen to our inner voice, to look with the third eye. So any practice that helps us to bring the senses within. We have some Very nice techniques, Yoga Nidra. Did someone practice Yoga Nidra? Some relaxation technique. Also we have a Japa Japa mantra repetition. So when I'm repeating my mantra, I repeat it mentally. So I bring my attention, my senses within. So this is very important and necessary practice to start going deeper into ourselves. It's nice. In yoga, we spend some time in the life, in the outer universe, but also there is time to come within. That's why it's recommended first thing in the morning to do our self-practice. Because after many things happen during the day, more difficult. So in the morning it's very easy to access ourselves, and the same at the night before going to sleep. Also very easy to practice pratyahara. One of my favorite pratyahara techniques, a Japa Japa mantra repetition. So this helps immediately to make the mind within. Is it clear, pratyahara? Ruby? Yes? Very good. So, when the mind is within, we can reach the sixth step. Dharana. Dharana. So, dharana means 1 point focus. So, Patanjali is telling us that we need to train the mind to be here and now, yeah? To be present, to be aware. But this is very difficult to do it straight. Imagine that I ask you, okay, family, from here to the next Yoga Friday, you need to be present all the time. Don't think about anything of the past and the future. Can you do it? Me, I cannot do it. Can some of you be present for 1 week? No any thought? Zero thoughts? Impossible, no? For 99.99999% of the people, we cannot be present directly. So we need to train the mind in order to be present. So how do we train the mind? By helping the mind to be focused. So dharana, we have different practice. For example, tratak, to visualize candle flame visualization. Yeah? Or also we can do tratak with the sun or the moon. We look directly to the moon, to the sun when it's sunset or sunrise, and we are only focused in that object. Also, I'm pretty sure you know the Buddhist meditation. They love to visualize like Buddhas and lotus flower and goddess. So you can choose any object to help you to focus your mind. So for example, you can choose to visualize a triangle, after a circle, then a square, then a star. Also a lot of people, they choose, for example, Catholics, they practice dharana on Jesus, on the cross. Also, if you are Buddhist, you can visualize Buddha in your heart, becoming compassion. So you can choose any object or any inspiration that you have to really focus. Also, you can choose, now for 30 minutes or 1 hour, I will meditate only in ahimsa or in satya. Yeah? You can choose any topic, any object. So when the mind is focused, we are almost there. Only 2 more steps missing. So we have here 2 steps missing: dhyana or meditation and samadhi. So, the 6th step is dharana or concentration. So when my mind is concentrated and focused, it means that I am in samadhi or something is missing. Do we want to do something beyond focusing my mind? So I will give you an example. There are a lot of people, especially in business, in sport, that they are very focused. Yeah? So to mention one, the ex-president of Jason, he was very focused on how to become the owner of all the world. He didn't have any distraction. No emotions, no family, no friends, nothing. 100% focus. And we have so many in the history of humanity that they were using this focus for negative things. So, to have a focused mind doesn't mean that you are enlightened. Something is missing. What do you think that is missing? To be focused on what? Susana, you can help us?
On love, no? To be focused in the universe, in love, in to do, in to feel the best things. It's difficult for me to express in English.
You are doing very well. Can someone help Susana? We should be focused on what? She say in love, in the universe. She give us the hippie description. Can someone give me the scientific description? What does being focused
en el vacío, no sé, in a hole, to be, no sé.
To be focused on the emptiness of the universe is what Susana is saying. These words are correct, but most of the people, they will not understand it. Imagine, I live in a village in Spain, very small village, and most of the people, they are 90 years old or older. Yeah? Imagine I go with this old lady and I say, okay, become one with the universe and merge into silence and into unity. They will say, what are you talking about, David? So how can we speak to these people? So what Susana says is correct. Just to understand it with more simple words, what does love means? Love means to whatever I do is beneficial for the other and for me. So how to reach the state of meditation? Meditation is not anymore a practice that we decide, okay, I practice meditation 6 to 7 in the morning and after goodbye meditation. According Patanjali, meditation is a state of consciousness and a way of living. And this way of living is based on serving others and at the same time serving myself. So the Buddhists, they use very beautiful word that is called Dharma, our mission, our purpose in life. When we are 100% focused on our mission, we reach the state of meditation. And this mission is 24 hours. So for example, I need to be in a love relationship that is healthy and beneficial for both. I need to have a job, a career that is beneficial for everyone and for me. everything that I do, first we need to ask ourselves, is this beneficial for everyone? Is it beneficial for me? If the answer is yes, that is taking you to the state of meditation. Me, I remember many times when I was younger, I was doing some job, some work that I didn't like it. When I wake up, my first thought, it was to say, I hate to go there, I don't know from where to get energy. Therefore, my life was a disaster because it was not following my Dharma. All the sickness, all the problem happens because we are not following our Dharma. It's like an alarm. For example, I suffer from alcoholism for about 15 years. And the problem was not the alcohol. The problem, it was that I was not following my Dharma. When I start following my Dharma, the alcohol left. So many times we are trying to fix the things outside, but what I need to fix is my purpose. And a lot of people, they ask me, David, but how can I find my purpose, my mission, my Dharma, my meditation? Very simple. Only do things that make you to feel good. Whatever you do, if it makes you to feel good and makes others feel good, that is your Dharma. And the Dharma doesn't need to be a very big and special mission. Not everyone will need to be like Jesus or Buddha or Mother Teresa. For others, the Dharma is very simple. Okay, I'm going to eat healthy, I'm going to work in something that I become inspired. Maybe I have kids, I'm going to take care of them and give them a nice example. I'm going to be a good partner, a good wife, a good husband. So, with the small things, small actions that take us to our Dharma and reach that state of meditation. So, is it clear what does meditation means? Good. When we follow our Dharma for a long period of time, imagine 24 hours for many years and decades, then we reach Samadhi. Samadhi is our essence. And this is not something that we will achieve or that we will get, because already is in us. The problem is that we forgot about it. So if you pay attention to the babies, to the kids, all of them, they are in Samadhi. They are not worried about the future. They are not worried about the coronavirus. They are not worried if they are smarter or not. They are simply themselves and they are satisfied with who they are. And everyone became the same. Everyone became in Samadhi. But slowly, because life, society, teachers, parents, we forgot about it. For example, in my education, all the focus, it was in mathematics, accounting, business. They never talked to me about emotions, about compassion, about helping each other. I never heard that until I was 25, 28 years old. First time I hear about it. So, what yoga is giving us is to remember who we are, to remember that we are beautiful, that we are divine, that we are full of love, that we are full of wisdom, that we have a beautiful and awesome mission to do on earth. We didn't come here only to sleep, eat, have kids, and go to our job. Life is something else. Of course, these things are very important, but we need to go deeper and deeper. That's why we practice yoga. That's why we sit to meditate. That's why we do all the breathing, to start remembering, yeah? And I don't know if it happens to you in some yoga practice or some meditation, some clarity happens, yeah? Maybe you remember something or you feel something. So we are preparing the field from the first to the sixth step. It's in our hands, yeah? We need to practice yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana. But the 7th and 8th step is not in our hands. So for example, I know Jason, he likes permaculture and do some planting. So if we put water to the plants, if we put light from the sun, if we put some healthy earth, we can help the seed to sprout. But we cannot decide when it's going to sprout. There are seasons for it, yeah? I remember in Mexico we were living in a place with a lot of mangoes. I don't know if you remember, Jason. Some nice mangoes. And the mangoes comes April, May, June. You cannot ask mangoes in December. Even if you take care of the tree, there is no mangoes in December. Same, we are like mango trees, and with the yoga practice, we are taking care of the seed and the plant. But when the fruit is going to be ready, this belongs to the universe. When are we going to reach Samadhi? We don't need to be worried about it. Just we need to do our part, do our asana, treat each other with respect, sit to meditate, and then it will happen whenever needs to happen. So this is very important, and the conclusion of today, not to be, remember we talk about detachment, so not to be attached to reach Samadhi. I remember when I was in India, I was super attached to reach Samadhi. I was saying I will do whatever is necessary, but I want to reach. So when you want to reach is when you are not going to reach. And when are you going to reach? When you relax and you say, okay, universe, this belongs to you whenever you want. I'm here. If it takes me 1 life, 100 lives, or 1,000 lives, I will do it. Yeah? Good, family. Is it clear for everyone, the 8 steps of the yoga practice? For everyone clear? Ruby? Good. I'm very happy. All beautiful explained. Thank you, Ruby. Well, for me, this session is very important because I really like to understand all the perspective of yoga. I hear a lot of times, and also I read in the Facebook and Instagram, everyone doing yoga, but they just show the asanas and the body part. So we need to be aware and not to get lost with the marketing and advertisement, to understand that this is a lifestyle and that we can and that we will incorporate to our daily life. That is the purpose, to become better human beings. We don't need to be super flexible to be a good human being. So there are many cases in the history that they never do any asana and they were amazing people. So for example, Mother Teresa of Calcutta, she was serving millions of people. And I'm not sure if she was doing 3 hours of asana every day to standing in her head. So to really understand, yoga is more about becoming a real human being, to accept ourselves as we are and to offer ourselves to the world. And this is my wish for everyone. That's why we do these Yoga Fridays, to help you. Of course, we are helping you only with some few steps. Your journey is very long, and the only one that can walk your journey is you. So remember all what we talk during Yoga Fridays, we need to practice in our life. So during the whole week, you have 8 steps to practice. Especially I will try to focus this week in yamas and niyamas, yeah? To try to heal our relationship with the others. Try to be more patient, try to listen to each other with attention. He thinks, good, Jason, are you okay? I thought you were in headstand.
Oh no, I just had to switch my legs, move my seat. I'm good.
So, to close today's practice, I want to ask every one of the ones we are present, which part of this 8 step are you going to work more during the week? In which step do you want to put some emphasis or that you feel that you need it? Me, I will start to give you some guidance. For me, what I want to practice this week is tapas, austerity, especially of the food. Here in Spain, there is very nice food, so this week I commit with myself and with the group to practice more tapas, more austerity. Next, Jason.
I'll try also the austerity with the food. I love food. So been eating healthier lately, and also with the asana too. I'm doing the 30-day challenge, Om Shanti, the video. So I'm making sure every day I'm doing the yoga video that gets sent to me.
Careful, because Romina is too advanced for us, Jason.
Yeah, I know. She is. It's great.
Thank you, Jason. Ruby, also she shared that her emphasis on this week to eat even healthier. Yeah? Good. So 3, that we will eat healthier. Susana, el énfasis para esta semana, ¿en qué vas a practicar más?
Aparigraha.
Explain us more. Apply to what?
Detachment of imprompts of in my head and in my hair.
Okay, to let go.
That condition my style of life.
Beautiful, very nice, Susana. Detachment of negative thoughts and destructive emotions, to let them go. And how you are going to do that? ¿Qué vas a hacer, Susana, para soltarlo?
Meditar y confiar, to be confident.
Confident and trusting.
New experience and new people and all new is coming.
Good, beautiful homework for the week. Anna?
I think I'm gonna do self-study of myself, just to be more conscious of my mind, my heart, and my body, to be more present. And for that, I think I need to self-study more what is going on at the present moment to try to be more present.
So to sit a little bit more in silence, meditate, and observe yourself to see what is going on.
Yeah.
Beautiful. We have nice homework for the week. I don't know if you can join the next Friday, but at least send us some message on email or Facebook or someplace, and you put there if you did your homework or not. Yeah? So it's not going to be easy. Right now we are very connected and seems very easy to do the homework, but during the week we will have distraction. We will have some nice food on the fridge. Also we will have time to talk with the friends and forget about ourselves. So if you get a little lost during the week, just remember this moment that we are together supporting each other. And I really want to thank you for your time. Always is a pleasure and makes me very happy all the Fridays to be here with you. And now we cannot join too much person to person, but at least to see your faces and your commitment, your dedication. So thank you, family. I wish you the best of the weeks. If anybody has... Eugenia. Goodbye, Eugenia. In the last moment, I see you. Thank you, family. Enjoy your week and have a nice end of day.
He estado toda la clase escuchando. Lo que pasa es que tengo los nenes por aquí, pasan y quieren que no les veas. Entonces, pues aquí he estado, pero he estado toda la práctica. Thank you.
¿Cuál es tu tarea entonces, Eugenia, de esta semana?
Mi tarea, ¿dónde me voy a enfocar?
Sí.
También en aparigraja, como Susana. Estamos muy alineadas en eso. Lo he visto muy claro. Aparigraja total, soltar y meditar.
2 aparigrajas y 3 tapas.
Estaba ahí, pero me tiro por aparigraja. Gracias, David.
Gracias, Eugenia. Cuídense mucho. Take care of yourself, and any questions, any comments, you have our email. Also, thank you to all the people on the Facebook Live. Thanks for your time, and the Zoom Live. Always great experience. Take care, family. Goodbye. Stop. Sí, dale, sí.